Hello and welcome to Barbershop Books Story Time with Alvin Irby. That's me. Today's story is called Max and the Tag-Along Moon. Let's take a look at the cover of the book. I see a little boy playing with a toy car, and I also see a huge moon in the background, and the little boy is looking back at it. I think that this may be Max because normally if there's a name in the title of a book and there's a character on the front, it's usually the name that's in the title. So the title is Max and the Tag-Along Moon, so I think this is Max. But there's only one way to find out. Let's hop into today's story. One night, as Max was leaving Grandpa's house, he reached up to give Grandpa a big hug goodbye. In the sky behind Grandpa appeared a big, fine moon. "Look, Grandpa, the moon! That old moon will always shine for you." On and on. Grandpa and Max gazed quietly at the big moon together as it embraced them in soft yellow light. Gazed is just a fancy word that means they looked. They kind of stared at the moon. And look, here's Max. Looks like the boy from the cover, and his grandpa. And what are they doing? They're looking up at the moon. Max smiled at the moon and Grandpa, then climbed into the car. "Bye-bye, Grandpa. Bye-bye, moon." As the car pulled away, Max kept his eyes on Grandpa until he disappeared from sight. And all he saw was the moon. Max kept his eyes on the moon, waiting for it to disappear too. And look, here's the car as it drives away. And look, here's Max's grandpa waving as the car is leaving. And what do you see right here? Well, it's the moon. Do you think that the moon is going to disappear as Max rides away? Maybe, maybe not. The long ride home was swervy, curvy, this way and that, all the way. And the moon seemed to tag along. So the road driving back home, Max said it was swervy and curvy. Have you ever been on a road that was swervy and curvy? Well, look. Here's a picture of the road, and you can see it starts over here, and then it goes over there, and then it comes back over here, and now it's coming this way. This is really a curvy, swervy kind of road. And look, what do we see shining bright in the sky? Is it the sun? Or is it the moon? Well, I see stars in the sky. And normally, if there are stars in the sky, then the sun is usually gone away. So that lets me know it's the moon. Max giggled as he watched the beautiful bright orb flicker through the passing trees, trailing behind the car as it traveled home, this way and that way, playing peekaboo. So as Max was riding along in the car, he was looking through the back window, and he saw the moon still in the sky. Even though they were driving lots of different ways, the moon still stayed in the sky. And it said there was a beautiful bright orb. Well, guess what? An orb is just something that's like a circle that's up in the sky. Like a moon is an orb, a planet is an orb, the sun is an orb. It just means something that's like circle shaped, that's kind of floating in the sky. And look, here is Max. And do you see the back window of the car? Look at the trees and branches and leaves and stuff that are up here. Do you see them? The moon is shining through all that stuff. Up a hill, down a hill. The moon was ever there. The moon didn't go away. Over a bridge, around a curve, the moon bounced along. The moon won't go away. Do you think that the moon is going to stay in the sky, or do you think the moon is going to disappear? Well, look, here's the car. And if you look close, you can see Max in the back right here. And what can you see in the sky? The moon. It's bright. Around a tree, past a field of sleeping cows, the moon stayed quietly with Max. So no matter where they're driving, it seems like the moon is not going away. And look, there's even a field of sleeping cows. Do you see the cows? And the moon is boop, floating in the sky. Through a small town with roundabout streets, Max gazed as the moon kept up. So, no matter how fast they're moving, no matter which way they're going, the moon is still there. And in this one town, there's a roundabout. That means the street is a circle, and you have to go around the circle to get where you need to go. And look, here it is. What's cool about this roundabout is that I see a water fountain in the middle, and it even has water coming down. How cool is that? And there's a sign letting you know there's a roundabout. See this sign? It lets you know, ooh, you're going to have to move in a circle. And what do we see in the sky? Do you see it? It's the moon. All right. At the mouth of a tunnel and out the other end, Max smiled when he saw the moon there waiting. So when Max went into the tunnel, the moon disappeared. Well, I don't know if it really disappeared. He just couldn't see it anymore. So he was probably wondering, is the moon going to still be there when we get to the other side of the tunnel? Because when you go under or through a tunnel, you can't see anything that's outside. And guess what? When he got out of the tunnel, the moon was still waiting for him. So, for Max, he feels like, man, this moon really is traveling along with me, because no matter where we go, no matter how far we go, I can still see the moon in the sky. Dark clouds tumbled across the night sky. The stars and nightingales all faded away. Nightingales, I think that's a kind of bird that likes to sing. Well, Max said that there were lots of clouds in the sky. And look what's happening. It looks like the clouds are covering up the moon. Do you see it? You can barely even see the moon because there's so many clouds covering it up. Max searched the darkness and wondered, where is the moon? Grandpa said it would always shine for me. The moon is gone. Well, is the moon really gone? I think that all the dark clouds came out and they covered up the moon so that it looks like the moon disappeared, like it's gone. But it's really there. It's just behind all of the clouds. But I don't know if Max knows that. He's looking up, looking for the moon, because his grandpa said that the moon would always be with him the whole ride home. I wonder how that makes Max feel if he looks up and doesn't see the moon anymore. Finally home. Yay, Max made it home. Max took one last look up at the empty night sky. I guess that old moon couldn't shine for me all the way home. Oh, I think Max may be a little sad because the moon disappeared and he wanted the moon to stay with him. Look, here's Max at home. And look, his door is open. You can see the light coming from inside his house. Looks like he's standing maybe in the back porch looking out onto the yard. Or maybe he's in the front of his house. I'm not sure. But you can see Max and he's staring up at the sky. And what do we see in the sky? Nothing really. It just looks kind of dark and gray. Do you think that the moon will come back? Upstairs in bed, the room was dark. Max felt alone. He missed Grandpa. He missed that tag-along moon. So Max was sitting or lying in his bed, thinking about his grandpa and thinking about the moon that tagged along with him as he rode home. Then slowly, very slowly, Max's bedroom began to fill with a soft yellow glow. What do you think the soft yellow glow is that is filling up Max's room? Do you think it's the sun? It's still nighttime. Yeah, it's the moon. I think. Let's keep reading to find out. Oh, here's the picture. There's Max. And remember, in the previous page, Max was just kind of sitting down, relaxing, kind of feeling kind of sad and alone because he missed his grandpa and he missed the tag-along moon. But as soon as he felt or he saw that yellow glow fill up his room, he perked up. And it looks like he got excited. Max gazed up at the magic ball of light and thought about what Grandpa said. That old moon will always shine for me. On and on. And look, here's Max. And look, he's looking up at the moon. The moon, it's back. Or maybe it never even went away. Do you like the moon? I like the moon. And it can be really beautiful to look up and see a full moon. Max knew then that whenever he saw the moon, he would think of Grandpa on and on. And he slept soundly, embraced in soft yellow light. And look, here's Max sleeping in his bed. And guess what's in the sky? The moon. And you know what Max said? He said that every time he sees the moon, it'll make him think of his grandpa. That's really cool. Well, thank you so much for listening to and watching Barbershop Book Storytime. Our story today was Max and the Tag-Along Moon. A really cool story about a boy who visited his grandpa and who had the moon tag along with him his whole ride home. And even once he got home in his bed. Well, if you would like to learn more information about Barbershop Books, please visit our website at barbershopbooks.org. You can also connect with us on social media at Barbershop Books. Well, until next time, bye.